You walk into a cafe. Every single table is empty. You could sit anywhere, but you pick the corner. You don't think about it, you don't weigh the options, you just do it. Back to the wall, eyes on the door. And something deep inside you goes, good. It isn't about comfort, it isn't about introversion. This goes back to something far older, 300,000 years of survival. For most of human prehistory, sitting with your back exposed wasn't a choice. Because if a predator approaches from behind, you're dead before your brain registers movement. A predator approaches from the front, you have maybe 3 seconds. 3 seconds to run, to fight, to survive. And over 300,000 years, 3 seconds was everything. The brains that survived weren't the smartest or the strongest. They were the ones that instinctively found their back to something solid. That brain is now yours. It's ordering coffee, and it still wants the corner table because your nervous system was built across millennia of genuine, constant, lethal threat. It does not update quickly. It does not care that there are no predators in the cafe. What it cares about is one single question it runs every time you enter a room. How much of this space can I see? In a corner, the answer is almost all of it. One wall behind you means no one can approach from behind. One wall beside you cuts the threat perimeter in half. Facing the door means you see everyone who enters before they see you. You're not consciously running these calculations, but something in you is. Psychologists call it the Vigilance System. It's the low-level background process your brain runs constantly, scanning for threat. In most modern environments, a coffee shop, a library, a restaurant, there is no threat. But the system doesn't know that. It was built for an environment that no longer exists. One where something could, at any moment, walk out of the dark and decide you were lunch. The corner seat turns down the alarm, not because you're in danger, but because your brain, shaped by millions of years of survival logic, feels like you might be. And it took a geographer of all people to finally give it a name. In 1975, geographer J. Appleton was studying landscapes, specifically why humans find certain places beautiful. Not the most colorful, not the most symmetrical, the ones that made survival easiest. He called it prospect and refuge theory. Prospect, a wide open view. You can see everything coming. Refuge, something solid at your back. Nothing can approach unseen. The most beautiful place on Earth, according to Appleton, is a place that offers both at once, which is, architecturally speaking, a corner. And the corner isn't just about what you can see, it's about what you can control. In 1966, anthropologist Edward Hall coined a term, Proxemics, the study of how humans use physical space. His finding? Every human carries an invisible bubble of personal space. And most of the time, in modern life, that bubble is constantly being violated. And in a world of open-plan offices and crowded commutes and public spaces designed by people who have clearly never experienced anxiety, the corner is one of the last places where that changes, where the space is yours. The research suggests the difference isn't discipline. It's not that some people are calmer or more rational. The difference is largely in how sensitized the threat detection system is, which is shaped by genetics, childhood, and every environment you ever had to navigate before you were old enough to choose your environments. So the next time you walk into a room and feel that quiet pull toward the corner, you're not being antisocial. You're not being strange. You are running a 300,000-year-old survival program that kept every single one of your ancestors alive long enough to become you. If that unsettles you slightly, there's a video on how philosophers spent 2,000 years ruining the concept of heaven, and another on how much you're punished for something depends on factors completely outside your control.